to lead us in an opening prayer, and then we can be good to start. Yes, so Mr. Shadrach Sebagereka, kindly unmute, and then we be good to go.
Okay, thank you. Hope everybody is hearing me.
Yes, please.
Okay, thanks for this opportunity. Allow me to have an opening remark with an opening prayer. Oh, dear loving Father, we thank you for the gift of life you have rendered to us. We thank you for the gift of life you have given to our neighbors, friends, parents, and our students. Oh, dear Father, as we are coming into this session with our professor, may you enable us to be instilled with the words that are being told to us, more about the mental health, such that we may expand and explore and project the same message to other people so that they can also be at the same pace. In Jesus' name we have prayed.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. When you're starting, you actually said an opening prayer and opening remarks, and I was eager to hear what you have to say. Kindly feel free, since this is each one teach one. If you have any remarks, Mr. Sebagereka, sometimes it is hard to get another chance. Any other concerns or a remark that you would be free sharing?
Just that what I want to talk about or say that it is my first time to join in an online session Itau, that is ICT as a. So I just think this.
Sorry, I'm unable to hear you. I don't know, Mr. Dumba, you could help me out. I don't know if it was clear on your end or the problem is on my end. But I rarely heard. Dr. Faith, what is your thought? Am I the one having a network issue or it was the other side? Did you people get him clearly?
It's on the other side.
Okay. Now, to begin with, I want to welcome everybody on the call as usual. This is our Each One, Teach One sessions where we empower ourselves as ICT teachers on a number of things. We normally have this every Tuesday for 1 hour from 8 to 9 p.m. Kindly feel free to share the link. I've shared the YouTube link in the comment section of this very call, but you can as well try to share the Zoom link. I'm sure we've shared to a number of ICT teachers groups, and I believe the links are just there. This session is brought to you by Shareability Uganda Limited. Shareability is an online resource for educational material where teachers can easily access content from as early as nursery to tertiary institutions. So you can have a lot of things that side in different subjects, but for, of course, empowerment. And then we have Tosmic events for lighting, sound, and event management. And then we have Izon School of Computing. Izon School of Computing is in Nabingo. And today we are lucky our director is here, the director of Izon School of Computing, who also doubles as the national coordinator for the ICT Teachers Association of Uganda. Now, today we are discussing a topic called mental health at workplace and wellness. Most of us as teachers, we multitask because that is those are some of the things that normally make a teacher to be a well-rounded teacher. People that don't always have a lot of stress because of teaching, but again, you realize that some of us almost burn out. So the outcry calls for a topic of mental health. It is a bit unique. It is the first time we are discussing a topic of this kind, and we are very grateful that we have Dr. Faith Nakalema on the call. I wanted to actually introduce her, but I might end up either not pronouncing or not bringing it out well, especially when I'm describing the nature of the guest that we have. So this session is recorded on our YouTube channel, of course. And as we start, since some people normally have network issues after some time, I want to pass on information that we have an ICT teachers workshop that is happening on 29th of March at Hilton High School, Mukono. But in the same line, we also have a word camp. A word camp is a camp where people who are passionate about technology and web designing come together for a common goal to interact, share insights, and also build each other. We also have the Itau t-shirts. They are available at 35,000. And without wasting time, allow me welcome Dr. Faith Nakalema. Dr. Faith Nakalema, this is a community of ICT teachers. And the ICT teachers not only benefit when it comes to ICT, but we empower ourselves to see how we become better every time. We normally also have a group of people that are streaming live via YouTube, so they may not physically be onto the guest list or the participants list, but we can easily get their feedback. So allow me welcome you, and at this time, please take on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sebline. I'm not sure whether I'm able to be seen for just visibility and to know the person behind this session this evening. My name is Dr. Faith Nakalema. I'm one person who believes that mental health matters. It is not gender-centered. For you to think that, that is a sickness for women, it is a sickness for men, these are conditions among genders, but it cuts across all ages. I'm Dr. Faith Nakalema, a counseling psychologist, a founder of Pulse Psychotherapy Foundation, a consultant in areas of mental health, parenting, and family. I'm an educationist. I'm a lecturer at Kampala International University. I'm also a UCA board member, that is Uganda Counseling Association, with over 13 years of progress experience, both in teaching and counseling. I'm humbled to be here and to be part of this discussion this evening. Thank you. So I'll be taking you through, I hope I shared the slide, because, what I'd shared was mental health and burnout prevention in fast-paced environment. As teachers, when we talk about mental health, being educationists, being teachers, I want us to first of all, because we interface with quite a number of students and the parents who come from different backgrounds, who come with different problems, challenges, and they all want to offload it to the teacher. So as if a teacher is empowered to take care of his or her mental health, then he will be able to give to others what he has, because you can't give what you don't have. So allow us, if you're seated wherever you're seated, just to do what I'm doing. We are together. I guess we are together. Let us put this one finger in the middle and we start drumming. Let us drum in the other palm. I don't know which hand you're using. For me, I'm using the right. I'm using the right hand. I don't know for you whether you're left-handed, but if you're right-handed, get this first finger and let us be drumming. Am I clear?
Yes, Dr. Faith, sorry for a small interjection. I think your voice is not clear. You are on entirely, but the intensity keeps changing. I don't know. I think the microphone is a little distant or something.
Maybe it's right.
Yes. Are we good? Okay. When you're ready, please just continue. Meanwhile, we continue welcoming everybody on the call. Keep sharing the link. And of course, when you join, kindly mute. I'm struggling. I have to mute a number of people. They always keep coming in. But I think, Dr. Faith, your microphone is mute. If you're ready,
Is it
please
clear
proceed.
now?
Yes, please go ahead.
So I wanted us to do something.
I think we are losing her because of network. Okay.
I wanted us to do something. I don't know which hand you're using right now, but I wanted us to be like drumming. So let us use the 2 fingers now, and let us be recording the voices. Let us be recording the sound. So let us drum with 1 hand. We can drum with 2 hands. If we drum with the 3 hands, let us drum with the 4 hands. Let us drum with the 5 hands. How is the sound? Who can tell us the sound while we were drumming with 1 hand and the sound when we drummed with all the hands?
Members, feel free to unmute and communicate so that the session is interactive.
Those are the effects of the new curriculum that we are in, and our mental health still matters. So I guess the sound while we were drumming with 1 hand, it was not as loud as we were clapping with both hands. So this is how, when it comes to mental health care and burnout among teachers. Teacher, next slide. Among the teachers, I want us to first of all understand what is mental health. What is mental health? When we talk about mental health, what comes into our mind? Most times you realize that when someone is mentioning about mental health, someone even says, I don't have even mental health. I don't have mental health. It's your mental health. It's not my mental health. But when in actual sense, mental health is present even at birth. We are all born with mental health. The way we are born with the physical organs or the physical health, it is the same way we are born with mental health. That is why when it comes to mental health, if a child is being born, the child cries immediately. And it's because of that change of environment that has made the baby uncomfortable. And because of the uncomfortability, the baby cries. For the doctors celebrate because they're like, yes, the baby is fine. The baby is alive. That's true. But to the baby, it is an emotional pain that is leaving a particular environment, maybe that was too warm to this environment, and that change makes the baby cry. So these are emotional expressions that that shows that our mental health is present at birth. When we talk about mental health, you realize that this is the ability for us to cope up with stressful events. And we can be, when we are able to physically, emotionally, psychologically cope up with stressful events. And then we move on with day-to-day, with day-to-day daily activities. Now, according to how World Health Organization brings it out in a way that it is the individual's realization to cope up with normal stresses of life and then to work productively. Now, as teachers, we are expected to work effectively, productively to produce results. Being a teacher, I believe that yes, we enjoy teaching, but when it comes to marking, you will agree with me, most of the teachers hate marking. If they don't hate marking, they dislike marking. If they don't dislike marking, if there is anyone else who would be teaching, for some teachers, of course not all teachers, for some teachers, if there is someone who would be marking for them, they would be glad to teach even 2,000 students in a week throughout the year. Now, with that, you realize that we shall cause what we call burnout. And most of the times, burnout comes in. We need to understand when we talk about burnout, what is burnout? It can be the physical or emotional exhaustion. Yes. It can be physical or emotional and mental exhaustion, like that exhaustion, you're physically exhausted, you're emotionally exhausted, and you're mentally exhausted. In other words, you cannot perform to your best. You are unable to manage job-related stresses. You're irritated, you're agitated, all that it can affect you. And how can it affect us? You realize that at the end of the day, it requires me and you to understand that when it comes to this physical exhaustion, unfortunately with the physical exhaustion, people happen to take Panadol. Others, they happen to take energy drinks because the mind is communicating, look, I'm tired. Look, I feel I need some rest, because you need to push on. The school is demanding for results. We need your output. We don't mind how you're feeling. And at the end of the day, we need results. So this will affect you and this will cause burnout. Now, that is why most of the times teachers will end up operating with what we call dysfunctional depression, or we call it mild depression. The next slide. Now, when we talk about mild depression or functional depression, when we talk about burnout, when we talk about anxiety, when we talk about when we talk about addiction, these mental health conditions, okay? And now, most of the times when I was starting, I defined what is mental health, okay? When I defined what is mental health, you realize that our mental health is as present as the physical health. But when we look about the myth about mental health, some of us feel that mental health issues are rare. On 19th of February, 2026, the report that came out, it indicated that the cases of mental health have raised to 71%. Now, who do you think are these, are the victims? One thing we need to know is that nobody is immune when it comes to mental health conditions. In other words, it's no longer a silent epidemic. It is now real. Then mental health problems are not signs of weakness. Who tells you? No. That is why when you realize that you're not okay, it all begins with me and you. Are you aware of yourself? Do you know who you are? What pisses you off? What's your strength? What's your weaknesses as a teacher? Yes, and when you realize that you have a mental health problem, you seek for support. At least you seek for that peer-to-peer support with your own teacher, with the friends, the people around you, okay? Then mental illness isn't real. It is real. It is real. And being real, it's all in your head. Mental health condition that you can just snap, out of it like this. No way. One needs to look for a specialist, a professional. The way we treat our physical health, it should be the same way we treat our mental health. The way we seek for physicians, it should be the same way we should seek for therapists, counselors, psychologists. Only that most of us, we look for support when we have started now getting hallucinations, though which are too loud, that in hallucination, someone now starts hearing voices, and that is why you hear some people really conversing. This person is one, but he's conversing as if he's conversing with another person. For you, the so-called normal, though this normality is in quotes, all of us, we are normal by the way, but the degree of normality varies. It's no longer the other derogatory remark that we used to say, that everybody is mad, but the degree of madness varies. No. It is now everybody is normal, but the degree of normality varies. So when people start hearing those voices talking and you see someone is showing you something for you don't see, now hallucinations, delusions have come up. And then others, when they have started becoming violent, that's when we are like, now look, this is a person who is mad. They are no longer mad. They are mentally ill. And these illnesses can be treated. These illnesses, someone can be taken to the hospital and can be treated. So let us stop calling these people mad. Let us stop calling these people insane. They are sick, like the way you can get ulcers. They are sick, the way you can get malaria. You get to the treatment and you can be treated. So when it comes to mental health conditions, if you have realized that you have any mental condition, please seek out for support before it escalates, because mental health is on a continuum, okay? If I happen to ask all of us, the way we woke up and after break, if it is the same way we are feeling right now, by a show of hand in the chat, if you are still feeling the same way you woke up, you realize that there is something that has changed. In the morning, maybe we're too happy, but again, during break time or lunch time or towards this session, someone got some bad news. Or in the morning you were sad, but then somehow, somewhere, you got some good news, okay? You realize that at least you were sad, but now you're happy. At least you were disappointed, but now you feel, yes, you're energized. You felt you were frustrated, but now you feel, no, this is not me. I feel now I'm better because of something that has happened. So when it comes to mental health, these are the myths we need to disregard with a no smiling face. If I would say that. Let us see the key facts about burnout. One thing you need to know is that when it comes to burnout, 53 to 60% of teachers, they reported burnout. And 44 to 66% in Uganda, they experience personal burnout. Now, the question is, how do we tell that I'm burnt out? How do we tell that I have some emotional exhaustion? How do we tell that we have physical exhaustion? How about mental exhaustion? Now, some of us as teachers, our exhaustion, our mental, physical, or emotional exhaustion can be related to high stresses. Now, which stresses, you realize that some of us, we may be in a profession, but when we are completely tired, every single time you feel you're tired of the teaching profession, but again, there is nowhere you're going. You can't get any other job to do. Others, we give a lot of excuses. Today, if this is the head teacher, today I'm sick, I have to go to the hospital. This time I have to see the dentist. By the way, they called me at a particular school, my daughter is this and that. Now, all that, you may find that it's because of the emotional exhaustion, the mental exhaustion, that we have started even giving excuses at our places of work. Now, when it comes to burnout, with these percentages among educationists, among teachers, it all comes back to me and you as a teacher. How do we identify the causes? The heavy workloads. We have to prepare the scheme, lesson plans. Did you know that even at the university we are preparing schemes of work? We call them course files. In those course files, there is a lot in the course files, okay? On top of that, the minimum hours for a week, you realize that at least they shouldn't be below 18 hours. Now that is the university setting. A maximum of 24 hours in a week. Okay? Now you have your personal work. You have your personal issues, maybe family issues. You have to prepare the schemes of work. You have to do the lesson plan. You have to do lesson plans. Scheme of work. I know there is this other. So all this, it comes back to me and you on how are we able to prevent burnout. Then challenging students' behaviors. You know, students, when they are coming from different family backgrounds, maybe someone is staying with a single mother, maybe someone is staying with a single father, others are staying with their granny, others are staying with their parents, but maybe these parents are going through what we call divorce or separation. Or one person is working, maybe the father is working, the mother is not working. So all this, and there is this kind of changes in their lives that has gone on. Like maybe the things that they used to have, the way that the pocket money they used to come with, everything completely changed. Now, or another one is now battling within of feeling rejected. You know, these students that we deal with, they are in a category of age that is adolescent stage, that is identity stage versus role confusion stage. These students are suffering from gender identity crisis. These students are having some kind of substance use disorders. Like, they have come with different challenges. So now, as a teacher, you have to help these students to support this student, not to, but you are a class teacher of 100+ students in your class, and you have to listen to them. Lack of administrative support. Some of the administrators, once they have enrolled you for a job, the best they can give you is to show you the blackboard. They give you the pen. They show you the staff room. The rest of the things they don't want to know. After all, at the end of the month, you get your salary. That's it. As teachers, there are parents who come and they want us to be their own counselors. If not, parents are demanding grades from a child that the parent is aware. The child cannot perform. I'm not going to say this is a weak student, but a student who needs to be accepted. But parents, some of them come and they feel they should, they should try as much as they can. Teacher, make my child pass. Teacher, in fact, that is the only son I have. But when in actual sense, even when you look at the child has to be understood, accepted, accommodated. Okay? Some of the policies at our schools, I think we know all that. Yes, teacher, let us run so fast. I can see our time is running. Now, when do we realize the silent signs of burnout? All of us, we have hobbies. We have things that we used to love. We have like even a mere listening to music when you're stressed, you feel yes. Unfortunately, even if they play music the other side, you feel like you want to close your ears. You cannot even shake your leg. Now, Others, we have difficulty in concentrating. Like today, you're touching this, you're touching the other, you're the other side, you're moving up and about. You can go in class, but when actual sense you get in class, when you see what you had planned for the day to teach, it's not what you have taught. You have taught less compared to what you had to teach. We have the issue of procrastinating. I had to mark these books. I will wake up in the morning and I mark them at 10. I'll mark them at 10 in the morning since the class is at 2. Now, all that, just know that those are some of the signs of burnout. You can't sleep late. You can't sleep without an energy drink. You can't sleep without a beer. You can't sleep without a pill. You can't sleep when there is, or you have sleeping disturbances. And when you wake up as if you don't want even to go to work. And yet you have to go to work. Emotional numbness, when there is nothing that excites you and there is nothing that makes you sad. You're there. You don't know whether you are happy or you're sad. When other people are happy for you, like what has made them happy? We continue, teacher. We continue. For the quantum, I've mentioned that. Now, all these are signs. Like I said, nobody is normal 100%. Yes. And when we look at our skills of the mental skills, you realize that when you are in the green, that means you are normal. You just have ups and downs, which are normal. Then we have those yellow ones. You are nervous, irritated, apathetic. You have trouble in sleeping. Just know that you are not okay. All those are signs that good. You need some support. The injured, when you're angry, you have anxiety. Something small makes you angry or irritated. You feel like you want to slap the whole class. You want to slap the whole class. You have that social avoidance, Someone wants to come to you and you're like, please don't come. Stay where you are. Then for the red one, that's when, just know that once you get to orange, that's when you need to look for us as psychologists to support you. But this you can only you can tell when you are aware of yourself. You may not even know when you are fatigued. You may not even know, if you don't know yourself, you may not know when your mood swings have started now, have come and they are not normal at all. Then the illness, that's when now the psychiatrist will come in. You are out of our hands now. You are out of our hands as psychologists. Now you need both psychotherapy and psychopharmacotherapy. And what I can say is that most of the times, all this becomes with denial. This becomes with denial. No, I'm okay. It can't be me. We don't want to face the reality. Frustrations, we don't, you're unable to make decisions. When depression comes in, we don't want to face this reality. You just choose to sleep at home and then you don't want anyone to know even whether you are in the house. So as a teacher, when you get to the staff room, you may sit in the staff room when in actual sense you're doing nothing, but before you feel you're doing something. And when you go back home, you go back even at 5 as if you have done something. So all those are warning signs, and we should pay attention to them. Now, if I happen to ask, we had that day, how are we feeling now as teachers? Please put it in the chat room, how you're feeling, how you are feeling. There are some, just to mention the way you're feeling, don't worry whether this is what I have mentioned here, that is exactly how you're feeling. If you can draw the feeling on your paper, in your notebook, if you can name it, please do name it. Someone is saying discouraged. Please put it in the chat room. We shall read it as we proceed. Yes. Now, as a teacher, you realize that if you can name a feeling, if you can put a name to it, that's okay. The problem comes when you're not even able to name that particular feeling. But now the question is, if you can name that feeling, what are you doing about it? What mental care are you doing about it? Anxious, disappointed? Did I say discouraged? I have seen tired. You know. Well, however, no matter how you're feeling, but the question is, what are you doing about that feeling? Keep the chat coming. Keep the chats coming. Let us continue. Let the chat room be busy. Now, the truth is we are humans much as we are teachers. And because we are humans much as we are teachers, we have families. We have families where we come from. We have families where we are the heads. If not heads, we are wives, we are husbands. We have friends. And we have this professional work. Now, how do we manage our time? Because poor time management is a mental health problem. How do we manage our time to equate it that, yes, this is my time for a family, for friends, for my work, and for myself? How do we balance both the professional and the social life? Because the truth is, at work, we shall need you. Yeah. But after work, what are you doing? Are we these kind of teachers who carry work home because we are teachers, so we should carry the work home? Or when I'm home, I'm a mother and I'm a wife. When I'm home, I'm a father and I'm a husband. Because even these children, they need us. The truth is, we need now to integrate it. It may not be real balancing, but integration, because work is demanding, but then also the families are demanding. If we don't offer quality time to our children, someone else will be able to offer it to them, and we don't know what they are teaching them. We don't know that the so-called quality time that they are giving to our children is, if we are not the very people who are doing it. So as teachers, we need to be in a proper mental health so that we can support others. So because we are human, we need to balance. We need to integrate life. Yes. Teacher? How do we feel when we take care of our mental health? You can see the photo. You feel charged. You feel happy. You know, you are able to cope up with life's challenging issues. When it comes to marking, you will mark and finish. When it comes to any issue, you will handle because you are in a better mental state. Teacher, we proceed. Now, We are in a society full of so many people. But just to know that you are unique, just like everyone else. Meaning, I have my weakness, you have your weakness as a teacher. I have my strength, you have your strength as a teacher. Can we always appreciate the strength of a person than concentrating on their weakness? It will help us. What you have not done right, it is okay. Don't crucify yourself. These children who are exhibiting a particular behavior, they are also unique in their own way. Can we focus on the positivity? Can we focus on the best out of these children? As a teacher, can you focus on the positive side that you are seeing on each and every person for the weaknesses just mentioned about them? If you are able to support, help them. But as a teacher, you are unique, so as someone else. Nobody should even undermine you, and then you get downcast. You start meditating. You're like, no way. You mean all along I've not been delivering? No, you are unique, so as everyone else. That is something we would have done, that I am unique, like as if you're taking that cross, yeah, that cross the way the Catholic does, do it better. Our brothers and sisters, the Catholics, do it better. I'm unique. And once you know you are unique, you're gorgeous. As a teacher, you're gorgeous. You're unique. Now, most of the times, the people we are working with, we may not know their temperaments and their personalities. But since we have understood that we are all unique, then we are able to deal with different temperaments at workplace. For someone, you cannot change, adapt, accept, accommodate. I can't say avoid, because there are some people we are working with, we can't avoid them. And because we are also, these are our wives, these are our husbands, we can't avoid them. So we have to accommodate them. We have to accept them. We have to adapt. Teacher, we continue. Signs of burnout, I've mentioned it. The personality, I've mentioned about it. Do you know your own personality? How about your own temperament? How about that of your colleague? That is something to reflect on. Teacher, we proceed. We proceed. Now, most of the times what affects us, these are the 4 players that affect our mental health. And the way we can only take care of our mental health, it is through our positive attitudes, our perceptions. All of us, we are unique. The way you may perceive things, it may not be the way I'm perceiving things. Our emotions, our thoughts, everything begins with the mind and ends with the mind. A room full of darkness, if your mind tells you that a room is full of light, you will see light, even when there is no darkness. A door which is open, if your mind tells you the door is open, and for you are seeing a closed door, still you remain thinking that it is a closed door. Teacher, the next slide. Our thoughts. How can we control our thoughts? Are we seeing this picture? Are we seeing the rope on the elephant? This elephant is standing in the same place because of its perception, because of its own choices, its own attitude, its own thought. thinking it is tied. So the rope is not the problem, it's the belief. As a teacher, what's our belief? As teachers, what do you believe in? What describes you? What's your personal brand? That when they call you, you're like, no, that's not me. Because you have that belief of yourself as a person. Teacher, we proceed. Our time is almost going. That one, we can read it by ourselves. I hope we are reading. When you're done, just give me a yes. A yes. So because mental health conditions, there are no blood tests, there are no rashes, there are no fevers, there are nothing. Some of us, we might have gone to the hospital and they have already told us, you people, if someone, please go for a bed rest, please take a lot of water. If I happen to ask how many of us have taken some 2 liters of water today, just for self-care? Some bottles of water, 2, maybe 1 liter, 2 liters of water, just water, which you can get anywhere. We continue, but we have been talking since morning. We have been marking, doing whatever we can do. Are you able to recognize the signs? How do you respond? How do you reconnect? It all starts with self-awareness. Self-awareness is also another topic which is too broad. I'll mention it. I'll talk about it if I happen to get another opportunity. We proceed, teacher, as I'm about to wind up. As a teacher, always remember that if you don't like something, you change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. For anything you don't like, eliminate it. If anything is drowning your energies, reduce it. If something is making you happy, giving you gratitude, increase it. For anything you can create, for the sake of your mental health, create it. We proceed, teacher. I talked about self-care, on how we can prevent now burnout. Self-care is important. And you realize that self-care, it begins with me. I know some of us, we are going to target to being so expensive, but how about water to fight dehydration? How about eating an egg for your physical health? How about buying a banana? Because nutrition and mental health, what we eat, also affects our physical and our mental health. Well, how about exercising? You leave work, while you're seated, you go home, you watch the TV, and you watch the TV. Yeah, you watch the TV. You're seated from morning In class you even teach while seated. Then in the evening you will go while seated. Then which type of self-care are you doing? Which exercise are we doing? Then emotional intelligence. Do you understand your own emotions about those of other people around you? As a teacher, we need to set clear and firm boundaries. We call them boundaries, but not barriers. A parent wants to talk to you about her child at 10 p.m. in the night. Now there is this WhatsApp. A teacher chats, a parent chats you at 10. When do you have your self-care, your me moment? Set clear and firm boundaries. For my boundaries, I don't even apologize. Let us stay ethical and positive. Always seek for support. It can be peer support, it can be professional support. Communicate to build and not to break. You're bringing something, you are the teacher who moves from one teacher to another, gossiping about another teacher. Are you communicating to build or you're communicating to break? That's a question all of us, we shall answer it in the next session. Teacher, we continue. That is a scripture. I don't know whether we have Muslims here, but Ankijayate weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheer it up. Which kind word are you giving yourself? Can you give a kind word to yourself first before you give it to others? Or you are giving that you as a teacher, you have no kind word for yourself. Can we put it every morning as a way we can give ourselves a kind word? Balance is not something you find, it's something you create. So as a teacher, we can still multitask in the fast-paced environment while setting clear and firm boundaries, staying ethical and being positive, prioritizing our mental health, and communicating to build, not to break. So can we create that space? We can create it. So balance, you cannot just find it that you're going to find a clear ground as a teacher. No, it can always be created. I want to say thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Faith Nakalema. We strongly appreciate for whatever you've done. Thank you for sharing with ICT teachers. We call them ICT teachers because the community is for ICT teachers, but we are normally joined by other people in the education sector. We are so privileged, and thank you very much for your time. There have been a number of things to pick. As teachers, there is so much to do with emotional intelligence. There is so much to do with the team spirit and networking, and it was really worth it. The work-life balance is very key for all of us. I'm going to request that if you have any person with a question, I'm only going to allow one. It is already 9. We've had a long day, and of course, like we've been taught, it is good to set boundaries and get to know what time you're supposed to be sleeping or something. So if there is any concern, kindly raise up your hand if you feel okay with it. Alternatively, in the same line, Dr. Faith Nakalema introduced herself as the founder of Pearl Psychology Co-Foundation. Kindly let us try to follow up on the social media platforms. We'll have a better engagement in that line. Dr. Faith, because of time, I want to fully thank you, but also I want to welcome Mr. Isaac. This is Teacher Isaac. to convey a word of appreciation and gratitude before we close. Yes, Mr. Isaac, kindly unmute. Teacher Isaac, you came in a little late, but I think I'm able to notice you're on the call. Wow. Okay, as he's preparing, Dr. Faith, there is only one question. How do we go about space created amidst conflicts in an organization? I think that will be our only question that we can respond to. Please respond and then we proceed.
Now, it all begins with me and you. What you don't like it. What you like it. Do you like conflict on top of your peace? Or you like your peace on top of the conflict? Because we are dealing with people from different backgrounds. There are people who are fighters. There are people who empathizers. There are people who are motivators. Mention all kind of someone you know. If you love peace, it all takes us back to the personality and temperament. Do you know your own personality? How about your temperament? How about that of your colleague? Now, we create space. You set boundaries, but not barriers. You will access me, but you are not supposed to get on my nerves. If you are at work, you have a colleague relationship, not a brotherly or sisterhood relationship. It's a boundary and not a barrier. It's colleague, not a sisterhood or brotherly relationship. If you have those people you call your brothers, your sisters at work, then make sure you have also a parameter you're using to call them brothers and sisters. I submit.
Thank you very much, Dr. Faith. Ideally, I think the question has been responded to. I want to end here, really. It's been a long day and people still have long days ahead. Now, this one is a point of information to all the teachers here. Our YouTube channel and the platform of this kind, the Each One Teach One, is for us to empower ourselves. We discuss different topics every Tuesday, of course, and if you have a concern or specific topic that will need to be discussed, feel free to always share with us, and then we can arrange in line with the same. I want to close, surely. We are some minutes away from 9 p.m. Dr. Faith, thank you very much. I actually wanted Mr. Isaac to say something, but I want to pass on the opportunity to whoever feels like can take it on. You just unmute, give your closing remarks and your closing prayer. Feel free. Whoever speaks first will take it on.
I'm here, Mr.
Okay, please proceed. You introduce yourself maybe for matters of clarity and maybe the station where you are tuned in from. Sure.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Teacher Isaac Musinguzi. I'm tuning in from Nuwero, St. Kitts Senior Secondary School. I would like to thank Madam Faith so very much. I came in a bit late, but at least I've gotten something. One thing I know, do to others what you want them to do unto you. That's what the Bible says. I'd like to thank my colleagues also who have joined in. Like he has said, we can always build each other if we are together. Thank you very much, Madam Nakalema. We're always here on Tuesday, and to enrich ourselves. And to my fellow teachers, you learn, then you teach even others. I thank you very much. So, in the interest of time, let's ourselves and pray. Father in heaven, we come to you this evening with thanksgiving. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for another time, chance in life. We thank you that you've seen us through this session, this day, and all our activities we have managed to handle today. We thank you for the strength. We thank you for the chance you've given us to instill and is given to us as night. We ask that you protect us through this night. Others who are still working and doing other activities, we ask that you reach them and touch them. Those who are not feeling well, who are sick, we ask that you reach them and touch them. Be a blessing to us every time. Thank you for the management of teachers and insight so that we can do better and better and contribute to this country. Give us peace in our hearts. Let us all share this peace with our friends, even our enemies, for pray, believing and trusting in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Everybody have a good night. May God bless you. See you next week.